There's usually a few seconds delay here. All right. Hello, everybody. Hello. Thanks everybody for joining in. If you're in the chat and you can hear us and see us, please let us know. Also, let us know who you are and where you're from. That's always a fun thing to see. Very cool. Looks like we got some people going here. I'm Chad from Turner's Warehouse. I've got Chris and Christy with me from Easy Wood Tools. Hello, Chris and Christy. You guys need to unmute. Chris, Christy. I think you guys are muted.
We were.
There we go.
There we go.
Now we're not.
There has to be one, so thanks for being the one. Now none of the Turners have to do it, so thank you very much. So we've got Chris and Christy from Easy Wood Tools. They are huge sponsors and champions of St. Jude's, and they've been supporting our St. Jude fundraiser for 5 or 6 years now in a giant way. They've given tons of tools away as prizes. They've donated cash. Everything you can think of, they support it, and they have a great team behind them that also supports it. And you're going to see a few of the Turners here today. We've got some excellent Turners. We'll get into that in just a minute. But Chris and Christy, hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Thanks for being here. And thanks to our Turners.
Yeah. Behind them that also supports it. And you're going to see a few of the Turners here today. Amy, I'm echoing. We've got some excellent. We'll get into that in just a minute. But Chris and Christy, hello.
Hello. Thank you.
Once again, hello.
There we go.
We're really happy to be here today. One big shout out to Turner's Warehouse, who has executed this big fundraiser every year. It's no small feat for these guys. When you figure they have ornaments coming in from everywhere, organizing it, the auction that goes on, it's multifaceted. And we want to thank you because you guys are doing such an amazing job with supporting such an amazing charity, helping kids with St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital. And we are just happy to be a small part of that. We'd like to thank our amazing Turners we have today. Jake Thompson, Mark Branch, Rebecca DeGroot, and Carl Jacobson, who are not only very gifted Turners, but they are amazing people who are donating their time today to turn some ornaments live for all of us, have a little fun, and don't forget, their ornaments are going into the auction. So they are donating these ornaments into the auction. Get out there, bid, do some fun things. More importantly, there's still time, right, Chad?
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone has till the 15th to get an ornament in for the auction. And I'll piggyback on what Christy said. If you guys can't get an ornament in, or even if you do, the biggest thing you can do is share the auction, bid on it yourself if you're able, get your friends and family to bid on it. And I mean, honestly, we got 4 stars here. Who's not going to want to bid on these ornaments? I mean, are you kidding me? I know one of them was just on a TV show, and we'll talk about that later. So yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, thanks again, you guys. Easy Wood, huge sponsor of the program. And it is a lot of work on our end every year. I'm like, whew, I don't know if we can do it again. It's a lot of work and a lot of shipping. Last year, there were how many ornaments, Amy? Lots of ornaments. I think over 200.
I think so that's a lot of shipping. At least 100, Chad. I was bidding like crazy.
Yeah, lots of ornaments. Crazy amount. So, you throw an extra 200 packages to ship in the busy season, it's a little challenging, but then you see one St. Jude kid and you're like, yeah, we got to do it again. So thanks again for participating, everybody. We're going to jump to some St. Jude stuff here in just a sec, but you guys want to go ahead and should I introduce the Turners? Because I think it's pretty cool.
I think so. We got a great group.
One heck of a lineup.
Let's start with Mark Branch. Mark, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're turning.
My name is Mark Branch with Broken Branch Woodshop. And first of all, I want to say thank you so much for the invitation to be here with y'all and work with this organization. It's great stuff, and I really enjoy the things that they do. But we're like everybody, gonna be doing some Christmas ornaments, and I figured with the other 3 turners that you guys have here today, they are like top notch, and I kind of feel like the new kid on the block coming in, and so I kind of figured that they were going to be doing some pretty awesome, extravagant things, and so I told myself, I said I want to kind of keep it a little more to the basic side with using just wood, and it's going to kind of be like a 2-turned piece, one on the outside of the ornament, and then we're going to have another turned ornament inside the ring of the first turn. And so we're hoping that it turns out good.
Very cool. Thanks, Mark. And Mark is a veteran. Thank you very much, Mark. You're a big part of the vet movement. We appreciate that. All right, next, we're just going to go in no particular order. Rebecca DeGroot.
Hey.
Rebecca, wait a minute. Did I just see you on a TV show, Rebecca? You want to tell anyone about that?
Yeah. So I was on Outrageous Pumpkins for the 2nd year in a row, and both years I've made it to the finale, and both years I've lost. So thank you for bringing that up.
Well, no, it was pretty cool. I got to be honest. It was not a loss.
No, it was fun.
I think anyone who watches it'll know, it was good.
It was really good. And it was cool because we thought we could see kind of your style in the pumpkins. We were like, oh, she does like turning just like that.
I do actually. I think it was episode 2, I ended up making a spider-legged table, or like a table with teeth as feet, and it was so much fun because I was like, this is exactly what I would be doing out of wood if I were at home. And like, I don't know if you can see back there, you might be able to see it right at the edge of my screen. There's a piece of wood standing that's going to be something very similar with like these claw feet. But so today, thank you so much for having me. This is going to be a great experience. I've been posting a little bit online lately, and most of it is like, I haven't been doing anything wood turning related lately because of all the other stuff that I've got going on. I was a high school art teacher turned tattooer, now professional pumpkin carver, which is strange, and I get to wood turn whenever I get the chance. And so today I'm going to be making something like this.
Wow.
Or something similar to that, maybe close. It's made in about 7 pieces with a little eye hook at the top. And it's made from skateboard material that's glued up and laminated in the orientation to be able to get those kind of like bubble effects when you put beads onto a piece. So I'm pretty excited about how it's going to look because I've never done this before.
Well, very cool. Thanks for being here. It's awesome.
Thanks. I'm excited to be here.
All right. So we are going to jump now to, who's that guy? That looks like Jake. Jake, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're going to make?
I'm Jake Thompson, and I do a live show with my buddy Jamie called Saturday Morning Cartoons. And I make blanks mostly. I turn, but the best thing I like to do is make blanks and see what people make out of them. And today I'm going to be making something with this blank. And I'm going to finish it with what's this called, Carl?
Muddler.
It's a muddler. It's a muddler. We're going to finish it with that. And then we're going to see what we get. Like Mark, I feel like the lesser experienced person here. So Rebecca's going to be using the beading tools from Easywood Tools. I'm going to use them too, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to use them way less than she's going to use it. It's going to be super easy and just try to get a shape and go with it.
We'll
Do you know
help
which
you,
side
Jake.
is
We'll
up?
help you.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Jake. We appreciate it. And you mentioned this guy. Everybody knows Carl from YouTube, of course. Carl, thanks for being here.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. This is going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait to see what everybody's ornament turns out like. So today I'm going to be making a light bulb, a traditional, the old style light bulb out of a hybrid blank. And so we're going to turn it, and then we're going to put a light inside of it, and we're going to drill down into the resin so that it shines out through that. And with all that gold flake in there. So
Very
should
cool.
should be fun. Well,
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for being here, Carl. It's going
Thank
to be a
you.
lot of fun.
yeah.
And Chris and Christy, I'm going to pull you back up if you guys will unmute.
Got it?
All right. If you turners want to get started, we're going to check in with you guys here periodically. And that way we can get it started. So Chris and Christy, back to St. Jude. We were just talking about some things before this. And Chris, you mentioned a charity that you know where the money's going and that it's a good cause. Is there anything you wanted to mention about that? Because I know we talked about it at dinner once, how a lot of charities, you donate $1 and 10 cents actually makes it to the charity. St. Jude is something like 85% or something. It's a huge, amount of money goes to the cause.
Yeah, well, as you know, as well as we do, we get calls and requests all the time. And we are very firm believers in giving back. But you do have to be careful because there are a lot of questionable things out there, and we want what we do to be as stand-up-ish as possible, if that's a word. So we proceed with very much caution, and we review the different types of charities that are out there that do solicit us to participate, and the way we can participate with them. But St. Jude's has always been a stand-up. I mean, by far, without a question.
Yeah, one of the
one
best.
Of the most, one of the best. Not just for what they do, but the way they run themselves as well.
Exactly.
And
I was looking at
where they belong, and the things that they do are,
they're far and above everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Oh, yeah.
helping the kids and the family. And,
right.
When it comes to children and charities, not to tug on anyone's heartstrings, but
Right.
I think we all know somebody or, honestly, we're grandparents of a special needs child. So any kind of children's charity is a little near and dear to our hearts. But veteran organizations, children's charities, and St. Jude, it doesn't take much to really know what they do. When you
Yeah.
have kids fighting cancer, they're helping not only research what's causing that, but they're also helping the family as they navigate that. So it doesn't get any better. And I think you have chosen a charity, Chad, and all of the team at Turner's that just does a great job.
Well, and I think that's a huge part. Like when the families can focus on the kids, it makes it so much better than stressing about how they're going to pay for it or that they got to be at work and that kind of stuff. So I thought it was crazy because I read about the survival rate for leukemia. It was 4% when St. Jude's open, and now it's 94%. Like that's kind of a crazy statistic when you see some of their numbers.
Yep.
And there's just so many good things about it. It's pretty cool. So there's a lot to learn about St. Jude.
Is it one of the longest charities too? I mean, you have, there aren't a lot out there that have been as long standing, but I thought I had read that St. Jude, obviously started by Danny Thomas, but has been one of the longer continual running charities for kids.
Yeah, I talked to Chris and Christy at dinner one night about Danny Thomas because I didn't know him as an actor, but it's a pretty cool story that he was not having success and then he prayed to St. Jude and had success, and that's how he decided to start the charity for children. It's kind of a cool story. If you haven't heard of it, it's definitely worth reading the story. So it's kind of a neat thing, but very, very cool. Let's check in on one of our turners. You guys down for that?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see who we got here. Mark.
A lot of tools on lathes there.
Mark, are you able to unmute yourself for us so we can chat with you? All right. And that looks like an easy
All
check.
right.
Do you guys notice that?
Absolutely. Yeah. So right now we're just I'm rounding off this is gonna be the main body of the ornament here. And so I'm gonna round this edge off, and then we're gonna start hollowing out the inside here. We're gonna mark out how long it's gonna be before we part it off. And we're gonna start hollowing out once we get this edge rounded off. Once we do that and we part it off, we're actually gonna be changing the jaws on the easy jaw and flipping it around and actually grabbing it from the inside and then shaping the other side as well.
All right. We're gonna have to watch you when you change those jaws, how quick it is.
Absolutely.
All right.
Rumor has it that that's one of Chad's new favorite chucks.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
I
amazing.
like that chuck a lot. Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Oh, well, who was that? Let's see what
That
that
was
guy.
Jake.
Let's jump to old Jake here. Jake, what do you got going on?
Hi, this is stabilized walnut, and we put some galactus colors in between here, and it's a spiky bits going towards each other. So I'm just going to try to make this kind of like a bulb here, and then what do you call it, a bottom finial or a stalagmite or whatever you call it on the bottom, and just go from there. And
Nice.
try to make
Very
it
cool.
pretty.
And you're
Try to-
you're turning wood and resin. What tool are you using?
This is a negative rake.
Oh,
Guess
very
who?
nice.
Guess who?
Yeah,
Easy
I
with tools,
haven't.
that's
I
all I
haven't.
use.
Very cool. Very cool. Hey, Mark, somebody said they love your shirt, so just keep that in mind when you work on future projects.
Absolutely.
Hey,
Wink,
Mark, turn
wink.
around on that one. Turn around really quick.
Here, let me pin
Let's
him. There,
turn.
there we go. All right. Christy, would this be a good time to talk about maybe one of the prizes that's going to be for the contest, or what do you think?
I
Oh,
think it'd be a great
absolutely.
time.
Absolutely.
As most of you know, or if you aren't aware, Turner's Warehouse, the first step is creating ornaments. Everybody sends in ornaments. And Chad, how many categories do you have this year?
Well, a lot, because by popular demand, there were two additions. So there's a youth, which is always great, a beginner, a wood, a resin, a hybrid, and an expert/hollow. Those were our previous. And then this year we added a themed pen and a tabletop. And I got to be honest with you, I thought it was too many because, we already had a lot of categories and you guys donated a lot of tools. But when you see what's been coming in, it's going to help raise a lot more money. So I'll just show you one tabletop, for example. And it's turned
Wow.
and it's turned and woodwork, all wood, of course, except for his little antlers are metal. But I mean, how great is that?
That's cool.
Very nice.
And we've even had some hybrid type makers, like a wood carver / turner. Amy, do you have that one handy? No? Okay. But I mean, we're getting some really crazy cool stuff in, so it's pretty cool. But back to you.
All right. So if you aren't aware, step one is there's an ornament contest. So with those categories, you make an ornament, get it to Turner's Warehouse by November 15th. If
Yes.
you aren't sure, go to turnerswarehouse.com, click on the link right at the top that says Ornament Contest Auction. That'll give you all the rules. Step one, make an ornament, get it there by November 15th. The auction is coming later. So the first step, getting all the ornaments in. What Easy Wood Tools has done every year, we donate tools to every winner in each category. So every category, they get judged, there's a winner. This year, we decided to up our game a little bit. We've always donated sets of tools, different products. This year,
we want to do something a little bit different,
A
a
little
little
bit
bit
different.
unique.
so those winners in each category are getting a one-of-a-kind, never been made before tool from Easy Wood Tools that the camera is not going to do justice, although your camera's better, Chad. This is what we'd like to call the flame tool.
Woo. This
Chad
is
will show that.
a tri-colored handle using all of the colors of Easy Wood Tools, along with some special engraving at the tail end of the tool for St. Jude's champion?
So each winner in all of the categories is going to get this special tool that has never been made before. It's an easy wood tool, mid-size finisher with a flame colored handle on it. It is doing the red, the orange, and the yellow with St. Jude champion engraved on the bottom. Chad's camera is better so he can see that. Yep, you got it, Chad. That one is, we put it in front of the teams to create some kind of cool tool, and that is what they came up with, was the tri-colored flame tool. So the winner in each category is going to get one of those. And because Jake, Mark, Rebecca, and Carl donating their time and their ornament today are also St. Jude champion, they each get one of these tools as well.
And I can tell you, now that I have this in my hands, you want this. You want to win. So make an ornament because you want this tool. You can only get it here. There's only going to be like 10 of these made. I mean, come on.
That's
Yeah,
right.
thanks for coming up with something so cool, guys. That is pretty amazing, and it's a really great tool.
We don't repeat, so we try and do a one trick per prize type of thing, and that's what the team came up with for this one. And I can tell you, Chad, I want that tool.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. Hey, Rebecca, can you unmute us for a moment? We're going to jump over and look at some turn-ins here. We'll be right back.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What do we got going on?
So I'm doing the main globe of my ornament. It's kind of looking like an egg right now. And it already has these kind of interesting eye shapes that are starting to appear. It's going to be even cooler once I start putting the beads along the surface of this after I get the shape the way I want it. So I started by drilling into both ends. So it was in the chuck one direction first. I drilled just a little bit larger than an 1/8 inch hole wide, but I drilled all the way into the center because I'm honestly, like I said, I've never done this process before. I wanted to make sure that the hole was consistent, and the two holes, once they were flipped around and I drilled in from the other side, they found each other. So I know now that this is at least centered. So if I need to take it apart and put it between centers again, I can based on where the hole is drilled. So if I need a little bit more room away from the chuck later on.
Very cool.
So right now I'm just getting it shaped, and then I'm going to move on to the next step here in a couple minutes.
And what tool are you turning with there?
So I have found that one of my favorite tools, even though it's not its intended purpose, but it is probably the most versatile tool from Easy Wood Tools that I have, is the Hollower #1. I stinking love this thing.
Use it for everything.
I use it for everything, outside, inside, definitely hollowing, tons of hollowing, but I really like how clean it cuts around the outside of a shape. I feel like for me personally, I have a lot more control with a rounded tool, and just the diameter of the cutter is just perfect for pretty much everything that I do in this style.
Very cool.
So,
Hey,
it's looking
Chad.
good so far, I got to tell you. Yeah.
Chad, I'm going to guess that Carl Jacobson will weigh in on that tool as well.
Well, funny you mentioned that, because guess who we're going to next? Carl,
Am I muted?
Nope, you are unmuted.
Nice. Well, I was just grabbing my #1 hollower.
There you go.
Hello, Carl.
So what do we got going on, Carl? Looks like you're mounted up.
Yeah, so I drilled into the blank, into the wood part of it. This is a hybrid, and you can kind of see maybe right there where the drill bit popped through. So I just drilled barely into the resin. We'll put a little bit of CA glue on that when we're all done. But I got it mounted, got the tail stuck up, and I was just about to start truing it up and start shaping it.
Very cool.
With my #1 hollower with a negative rake on it.
Yeah, I'm with you and Rebecca. I use the #1 hollower all the time.
Yeah. Big
I'm gonna
big
do it,
fan.
Jamie. I'm gonna do Jamie and say and me. And me too.
We're actually considering renaming that tool.
Yeah, like the everything in the toolbox tool.
Exactly. It's
All
like
right.
your pair of pliers at that point.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah.
We'll check back in with you here in just a minute.
All right.
Jake, looks like you got some shape going on.
I figured as long as I can get this kind of round, and then that's the most important thing because it's going to be what's going to catch your eye.
Yeah.
Is all that resin in the middle. And then if I mess up this stuff a little bit, no one's really going to notice
Yeah.
because that's going to look cool. That's the most important thing I'm thinking right now.
Very cool. Well, it's looking good. Keep up the good work, and we'll be back here in just a minute.
Wait, is Jake also using the #1 hollower? It looks like that.
I believe he is.
Not just a hollower, people. That is the utility tool.
It really is. Hey, Chris and Christy. So obviously these guys are all using Easy Wood tools and Easy Wood chucks. But I don't think it's just because you guys are here. I think this is what they use all the time. So thanks again. And anyone watching, if you're buying tools, you know, support the ones that support us and support our charities. You guys all watch these guys, so you know that this isn't like a rare thing that they're using a #1 hollower. Jake uses them. Carl uses them constantly. Mark, of course. I mean, he's wearing a shirt made of them, for crying out loud. So you know he's into it. So thanks again. And you guys, you know, I think our watchers and our crowds do that kind of stuff anyway, but we really appreciate it. So thanks again. Jake, we're going to move off of you.
Question. If I'm not mistaken, and I thought I picked up on this morning, for those of you watching, not to be a commercial, but I think Turner's Warehouse has Easy Wood tools on sale right now.
Yeah, this week, during this whole live stream, 10% off. So yeah, it's a great time to pick them up and let us know that you watched it and you believe in it. So yeah, absolutely. And if you buy one, you can make your ornament and potentially win the unbuyable. You can't buy this. You know, these are not for sale.
Can't get it anywhere else. One of a kind.
The only way you're gonna get this is to participate and win. And if you don't win, you still win because St. Jude gets some money to help kids.
That's right. Become a St. Jude champion.
I got a question for you guys. Are you ever gonna make a chuck for MIDI? I'm assuming they mean a smaller chuck of some sort. Is that in the consideration at all?
Well, it's not on the active list right now.
Nothing like putting you on the spot, right?
We're always we're always looking for new ideas and new suggestions to solve Turner's problems or questions or issues.
Challenges, yep.
Yep.
We're the solution team. You have a problem, let us know and we'll come up with a solution. There's a lot of things in the R&D hopper right now that we can't talk about.
Well, and I would say a good quality MIDI lathe can easily handle the Easy Wood chuck. It is a nice size chuck and it is heavy, but it's not anything absurd for a MIDI chuck at all. No problem.
No. Who was going to change their jaws? Was that Mark?
Yeah, Mark, you let us know when you're ready.
Around.
Absolutely. Let me jump to Mark. Looks like Rebecca's sanding. We got Mark.
Yep, just doing a little bit of sanding here, and then once we part this off, then we're gonna switch the jaws on this thing and get it swapped around.
Yeah, and I'm just so y'all know from a programming note, because I know we got a lot of windows here. I'm gonna pin the turners while we're talking, because you guys know what Chris and Christy look like, and I'm sure you're sick of seeing my face. So let's focus on these turners. It's pretty awesome.
No, more Chad. More Chad.
No, more Jake.
Good call, Chad. I like that. Pin them.
Jake, we need to see you with your hat off. No, I'm just kidding.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
And to all the turners, somebody in the chat recommended we rename it just the #1 tool.
The #1 tool. There you go.
Not a bad idea.
I like it.
What is the largest beading tool that Easy Wood currently makes?
3/8.
That would be a 3/8 diameter bead.
There you go, Kimberly. 3/8. Yeah, JP says he uses his Easy Wood chuck on his mini lathe, no problem. I totally agree.
Here's a 3/16 one.
Oh, hold on, Jake. We got to pin you now. Look at Jake.
This is the first time, so this could be glorious or disaster, but I'm pretty sure it's going to work out fine.
Let's just pin all the turners. Is that everybody with the 4 different screens? Are you guys good as far as seeing them turning? I think it's probably good. Oh, that skateboard is looking pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
Jake, are you beading as well or no? I don't remember what you said.
Yeah, so I'm gonna do
Oh,
like
cool.
a bead right here, and then maybe a combination on the sides.
All right.
That's to be determined. I just did the first one ever, and you just put it in there lightly, and
Very
it looks like
cool.
I knew what I was doing for the first
For-
time. Pretty good.
For anyone who hasn't used the beading cutters before, that was a new product we came out with in the last year. They fit on any of the tools that take a CI2. So a easy start rougher, a mini rougher, a mid-size rougher, you can just swap the cutter and get a beading tool. They come in 1/8, 3/16, 1/4, and 3/8 inch. And the trick is, if you just saw Jake doing this, faster is better. So as fast as you can safely turn, let the cutter do the work. They're negative rake. And you want to slowly advance it, not force it in, let the cutter do the work. And then as you get that bead forming, you can actually, as long as you keep that tool on the tool rest flat, you can actually start to rotate it and really define in on that bead. So Jake's doing a great job there at showing that beading cutter.
Let me do this. I may be.
Yay!
Great job, Jake.
Thank you.
And
may be
Rebecca's got
doing-
one going too down the middle there too.
Okay. So I may have messed up. If you all were seeing us talking still, I'm adding spotlights. You know, I'm a turner, not a tech guy. So give me just 20 seconds to see if that catches up.
You
Now
got
you
it.
got it.
Now we got it.
You
There we
got
go. Okay.
Where'd Amy go, Chad?
You know, she went to get coffee and I messed everything up. Isn't that about right?
No, I was like, hey, spotlight the turners.
Scott, you
job,
came to
Amy.
stare at me. You got big problems. All right. So in the chat, can you guys see all the people, the spotlight?
The 4 turners.
Yeah, looks like it. Sounds
Can
like
you
it.
see Okay.
There
Got
we
it. That's better.
go.
Okay. I'm not changing it unless we just have to show you guys something, but all right. Carl's is looking pretty good. We got some shape there. Looks like he's dealing with swarf.
Yes.
How do you do that, Carl? You just stop to peel the swarf off. It's just not worth it doing it on its own, right?
Well, I actually usually turn with the dust collector on, but it's too loud, so I don't have it on.
Very good.
Normally it just sucks it all down.
Yeah, that's true.
It's all good.
We appreciate it. We
It's
know it's going to
coming.
make a mess for a good cause.
It's coming along.
Very good.
Well,
Oh, and
looks like
Rebecca's
Mark is
beading.
parting.
Mark is
Mark's
parting and
parting.
Rebecca's beading. Very good.
Nice job, Rebecca. Good beads.
So we have a question.
Yes.
Scott asks that his son Ryan is just learning to turn and wants to send in an ornament for the beginners section. He is asking, what are the judges looking for and what gets the attention of bidders?
That's a good question. So what are the judges looking for in this? Well, I'll be honest with you. Our judges are generally a mix of people. Occasionally there's a turner, but most of them are just like friends of the charity or friends of the store. And they're just looking for a good ornament overall. You know, it looks good on the tree. It hangs nice. It's creative. It's turned.
I have things I can say about
Amy has some things she's going to say. Go ahead, Amy. Come on in here.
Hey, so one of our judges that judges every year is our awesome mailman, now retired, but he's coming back in to judge the ornaments again. And this year we have several representatives from St. Jude coming out to look at all the ornaments and do some judging as well. And what I will say about what people like is they like fun and whimsy and painted stuff or colorful stuff. Gnomes do really well in the bidding, in the auctions. Snowmen, especially if they're embellished stuff that's just fun. Whereas turners might gravitate towards something where they can see all the skill that went into it. Folks who don't turn, they like cute stuff.
Hey, that was a great question. So just make a cool ornament and you're on the right track. Mark, what do you got going on over there?
All right, so we just parted this off and took our tenon out, and so we are going to change the jaws out on the Easy Chuck and put in these extended jaws that's going to reach inside and hold it like this while we shape and then knock out this wall on the backside.
Oh, very cool.
And
So
and
we'll get to
You
see
do that.
we're going to see how quick all of this gets changed out, because if you don't have an Easy Chuck, you know that it takes several minutes a lot of times taking out all the different screws and whatnot. So we're going to just be able to very quickly roll right through here and knock these off faster than
Look at that.
any one that I've ever done.
Can everyone see how fast that is? Very
less than 30 seconds. And you guys are all lucky because we actually have the
And it's done.
world champ of Easy Chuck jaw changes on this video right now. Mr. Carl Jacobson, I believe, owns the record.
Oh, wow.
Go
Sounds
Carl.
like
Go
a
Carl.
challenge.
What is
Wait,
that record there,
Hey,
Carl? How fast is that?
There we go. Did you hear that, Jamie? World
Pay
record.
attention,
I'll
JP.
I'll interpret for him. You cheated.
Who, Jamie or Carl?
Both of them
Well-
really, but Carl.
Carl had videotape proof. JP?
I have video proof. I did it in under 10 seconds.
That was crazy.
It's amazing.
Good times. Good times.
Hey, I just want to say JP Woodwork threw $10 in the chat. Thanks for doing that. Anything that gets thrown in the chat is going to St. Jude. So just so you guys know, but we do appreciate you guys doing that. Rebecca, looking good. Look at those beads. Can you talk to us about it?
Yes, I can. Okay, so I'm really excited about this because I really wasn't sure if my plan was gonna if it was gonna be successful or not, but it is. So yay! And I'm
Yay.
using the 3/16 inch beater. So each one of these beads butts right up next to where the first one started. So I tried to start right in the middle, and I worked my way from the edge of the first one and just dove kind of straight in, and I can rock it back and forth to kind of create the rest of the bead as it moves down that slope. And then I just kind of subsequently did the same thing all the way to the bottom or top, whatever that ends up being. And now I'm running out of space for the beading tool. I could probably get another one in there, but I don't want to risk it. So I'm going to flip this around and put it between centers now so that I can have better access to this area so I can beat it the rest of the way, do a little sanding, maybe some finishing, and then part it off.
Very cool. It's looking great.
That
Thank
looks
you.
sweet.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
So Chad, this is very clearly the beading cutter and #1 hollower show.
Yeah, we should have just they could only use those two tools. That would have been a challenge. Absolutely. Hey, so real quick, back to St. Jude, you know, the whole point of this, everybody, you guys are going to get sick of hearing it. It's all to raise money for St. Jude. So we talk about the prizes a lot and the cool tools, which is cool, but it's only to motivate you guys to participate, to help raise money. So the most important thing, I think I might have said this at the beginning, make sure you share the bidding when it goes live. It's on eBay. And the reason we do that, we used to do it on Facebook, and it was real hard to keep track of bids and track down people if they were, you know, had paid or not. It was really kind of time consuming. eBay actually lets us do it, and they don't charge anything. So all the money goes to St. Jude. So it's not like we're losing money on the eBay fees or any of that. So it's super easy for you guys. It's super easy for us to do the shipping right through there. So once we post the ornament auction, even if you can't bid, please share it with anyone you can. And if you can bid, jump on it. You're going to want some of these bids. I'm looking at 4 ornaments that everyone should be bidding on right here. So it's pretty cool. It all goes to St. Jude. So there's no eBay fees or PayPal fees or any of that. It's really cool. And the auction will run from the 26th of November to the 3rd of December. And the 3rd of December is Tuesday after Black Friday, and everybody knows what that is, right? Giving Tuesday. So I just wanted to mention that because that's a super huge important thing. We could have all kinds of great ornaments, but if we don't have anyone bidding, it doesn't do it justice. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yep, good point, Chad. That's where the money comes in. The money is made from the ornament auction. And
Absolutely.
Chad, where do they find the link to get into the auction?
So it'll be posted on our website, as well as like Facebook, Instagram, all that. So it's not up yet because once it goes live, but leading up to it, we'll have it everywhere, so you won't miss it.
So if just put the date down and then go to turnerswarehouse.com and you can get into the auction from there.
Yep, absolutely. And we'll remind everybody and let everybody know. So it's such a cool thing. And you guys, I mean, I don't know about anyone else that's been participating in this, but we have a pretty cool collection of ornaments that we've bid on over the year. And, if you pay $200 for an ornament, you might be like, wow, $200 today, but you don't care in a couple of years. You got an awesome ornament from some amazing maker. So it's well worth it. Looks like Carl is on to sanding. Carl, that is looking like a bulb.
Wow.
Slow down, Carl.
Coming along. How you doing, Jake?
I'm super slow.
There's no prize for finishing first here today, Jake. You're good.
I'm in no danger of that.
You're
Hey,
good. Take your time.
And we just had several donations, you guys, in the chat. Darren, Joanne, and Matt, thanks so much. We're going to put all that right into the auction. So it's all going to go to St. Jude. So I'm certainly not asking for you guys to do that, but if you do, that's where it's going today. So
Save it and get a right.
Yeah.
Awesome ornament.
absolutely. All right. These are looking good. Jake, you got some stuff going on there. That thing's looking cool. You got a lot of beads.
It's gonna be weird to sand it.
Yeah, we can't wait for that.
Turn
be
it
all right.
on its side. Jake, the trick is turn the sandpaper on its side.
I just use Yorkshire grit the whole time and sand it with that instead of sand.
Perfect. Perfect.
I happen to have some.
If not, we know a guy.
Yeah.
That makes it easy. Yorkshire grit for the win. And another donation, Bruce. Thank you. You guys are awesome. Didn't
Wow,
expect
that
any of
is
that.
amazing.
Yeah, you guys
I
are
love it.
coming out.
Chris and I always say that this community has the biggest heart we've ever seen. And the wood turning community it just amazes us every day.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. You're gonna have to stop though, Christy. Don't make Amy cry.
Aww.
I might be crying just a little.
She gets real emotional over the kids stuff, so that's good.
Yeah.
Amy,
Yeah,
I'm right with you. When it comes to kids,
There's not a darn thing wrong with that.
kids and veterans.
Jake, what do you got? Look like you got something to say.
I do. My brain's ticking. Whoever super chats today, I'll put them in a drawing for Saturday for $100 off the website.
Come on, listen to this guy.
I just thought of that. It's pretty cool, huh?
That's pretty cool.
There you go.
Oh, Jake, bravo. Thank you.
Yeah, you're awesome.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rebecca, we got a question for you. What speed are you running for the beading tool?
About 1600.
1600. There you go. All right. And Michael wants in on that blank deal, Jake. Michael McEwan.
Hey,
Mr.
he's all right,
Gold.
isn't he? He's all right.
That guy loves gold.
Yeah, he does.
Hey, if anyone just caught that, Jake is using probably one of our most underutilized tools.
Yeah. Well, look who
I
else
use
is
it
right
the
now.
same way. Everyone thinks that's just for making points and marks. You can ride that tool on 3 edges, the point and both side edges. And when you're getting in tight spots, he's riding it on the side
Yeah.
edge.
Look at you go, Jake.
Hey, I didn't even know I was doing something that smart.
I do the same thing. It's great for getting into tight spots.
Rebecca's using the same tool.
Yep.
Yeah.
It works. It works awesome.
And in case anyone's about to put in the chat, what tool is it? It's our mid-size micro detailer. And it's available in standard and negative rake.
Nice. Very
Mine's
cool.
special though.
Oh.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yes. Is everyone jealous now?
I
Yes,
am.
yes.
Nice.
And another donation, Richard Elston, $60. Jim Spaulding, 25. You guys are rocking.
Nice. You guys are the best. Oh.
Oh, come on. You
Oh,
show
Jake's
off.
Look
got
at that.
What's
Central.
up now?
Look at that.
Come
We
on,
told you-
Carl. We know you can up these guys. What do you got?
We told you
got a
we don't do
tool.
the same trick twice.
Scott throwing in a donation. Thank you, Scott. That's awesome.
I
You
didn't
guys are
Carl's-
killing it.
I didn't see
Carl's
it.
gonna pull out his wire burner kit, right, Carl?
Yeah, Carl's
go,
name is
Carl.
on all the
There
wire.
you go.
What do we got?
Nice. Look at
hang
that.
on.
Maker Central.
And then
I forgot
Rebecca
who
nice.
showed
did that
hers.
one.
There we go.
Oh,
Carl's got one too, Rebecca.
Oh man, I got to be honest. I don't know how I rank. I don't have my name on a tool. I just got really offended.
Hey, people don't read cursive anymore anyway.
Ken donating.
go.
Thank you, Ken. Wow.
And
I got it on
And
the list.
Doug.
yeah.
Hey, there's a Doug Dixon in the chat. He says Yorkshire grid is good. Do you guys know anything about that guy?
Block him.
Block him.
Block-
Yorkshire is good, but block him.
Doug,
Poor
you've been
Doug.
blocked by Carl. Sorry.
Poor Doug.
Ken, thank you for the donation. Doug, thank you for the donation. You guys are killing it. We're gonna start off
Thanks, Doug.
nice.
Awesome, Dixon.
before the bidding begins. We're gonna start with a nice chunk of change here. It's pretty crazy. You guys are awesome.
I
Right?
love this. And I've done the bidding before. I watched this auction, and first off, the youth and beginner is my favorite category. I love bidding on stuff in those two categories because they are killing it. And it is so much fun. But you got to get in there and you got to keep bidding to win.
Yeah, it's funny how you're like you get a little comfortable on the one you really want, and then you come back and somebody just annihilated your bid.
Right?
Yep.
It's a good thing. It's always a good thing. Phil Miller, thank you for the donation. Jeez Louise.
Thank
I
you,
spent a
Phil.
lot of money in that auction last year, but it all went to kids. So I feel good and I got great ornaments out of it.
Yeah. Hey, Mark, you're being awful quiet over there. What's going on?
He's muted.
Oh, Mark, are you muted?
That would explain it.
Well, yeah, I guess I was. I forgot that
Mark.
I hit it back on mute there. So yeah, we're
Have you
just doing
been-
a little bit. So we've flipped this around and then we've turned around and hollowed out the other side here, and got it shaped the way that we want to, and with the number one hollower, and so now we're just doing some sanding on this piece before we put a little finish on it. And then here in just a second, we're going to mount up another piece that's going to be the piece inside of here.
Wow.
Oh,
that's cool.
Mark, that sounds cool.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I gotta
Loving
be
it.
honest. It's hard to pick a favorite here out of these four. They all
I
look really
know.
cool.
It is going to be hard. We just have to remember, get out there and bid.
Well, I'm gonna bid on every one of them, so I know you're gonna try to outbid me. Very cool.
I'll kind of
We'll be
sneak
there.
in.
We'll be there for sure.
I
All
got
right,
bid
has
on all of them.
Has everyone in the chat started their ornament or sent it in?
God dang it.
Can we get a roll call? Jake, what did you do?
Uh-oh.
Looks like we're making something else.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
What
Give a
happened?
blowout.
Nah, I put the beads too close to the threads.
All
Oh,
right.
did it go through?
That's an important lesson to every turner. Any beginners out here, we all do it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Leah, thank you for the donation. Goodness.
Remember, if you guys are going back to your shops tonight, making those ornaments, pick a category.
Absolutely.
This is your chance to win one of these.
Rebecca, we have another question for you. What drive
Yes.
are you using on your lathe right now?
What drive? It's a safety center is what I guess some people call it. It's got a cup and a point, but the point is spring loaded, so it doesn't make too big of a dent. But But yeah, I like it because even if I get weird catches, the wood just stops instead of flying off the lathe like a spur drive would do.
Okay. Is it like a
Because-
badger? Is that what it kind of a thing is?
Is it what?
Like the badger where it like retracts?
Kind of, yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know. Probably.
All right.
I don't know.
Very good.
I got it at a symposium.
Carl, can you let us know what you're working on here with this Yorkshire grit stuff that Doug Dixon keeps talking about?
Yeah, Doug guilted me into using the Yorkshire grit.
Looks like you never used it before. It's
No,
almost
See-
empty.
see all those little divots in there?
Yeah.
They're from Q-tips.
Oh, okay.
I clean the brass. You can clean brass with this stuff. It's awesome.
Oh, cool.
But we're going to use it on this today. I'm going to do this one and then use the microfine here in a minute.
I'm also going to use it on mine.
Very good.
Just a little pit stop. I can be back in action in no time.
Jake, we got faith in you, man.
You better, because you need to know who you're dealing with over here.
You know you can just wrap a wire around the top of that and call it an ornament, right?
I got you. I got you. That
All
thing was
right.
looking cool too.
Yeah, it was. I happened to look away right when it broke, unfortunately, but
Ugh.
you'll get it.
Jake a chance to reload there.
Yeah. We got more donations. Mark Ellis, thank you. HP Pinnell, thank you. It says Turners for the Kids. Hi, Rebecca. So Rebecca, you got a fan?
Oh,
Many fans?
hi. Is that Henry?
HP Pinnell. I'm not sure if it's Henry, but he could tell us.
Probably. If it is, that's my number one Henry now.
Awesome.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Hey, Jake, Jen says you can save it, man. She's got faith in you.
Good, good. See, she knows what's up.
There you go.
It's gonna be all right.
I think Jake's gonna come through here with a reload.
Oh, he's loading up that chuck.
Got that easy wood chuck.
Easy wood chuck. And look at the shine that Carl is getting with that Yorkshire. Looks like a
Nice.
piece of water there.
Wow.
Although we might have to send Carl a little more. He looks like he's getting low in the tub.
Yeah, no kidding.
You can never have enough.
Hey, Chad.
Yes.
So, so what I've got here is, because we're swapping this out, and I before I started, I just wanted to for the ones that's watching, this piece that I'm going to be turning on the inside of this ornament. What's great about them is they're super easy because they need to be small already. Yep. So rather than turning down a more expensive, if you wanted to do a more expensive exotic wood, you could. But what's great about these maple sticks, they're just dowels that I picked up from Rockler, and so you can get like a 4-foot section of these maple dowels, and then just cut them down and chuck those up and do small ornaments and stuff out of these. So it's a super inexpensive way to do smaller pieces of these ornaments for these types of things. If you want to be able to make some ornaments and not have to, break the bank on a really expensive piece of wood.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Thanks for sharing that. That's cool.
And another thing Mark does, he's so humble. He's obviously a Vet's Turn winner as well, and well deserving, but he does through Broken Branch Workshop. He does all kinds of cool stuff, logoed items, mugs, you name it, he's doing it. He actually
what about hats?
gave us hats.
Yeah.
He actually gave us this nice, look at that cool Easywood tool hat with a leather patch stitched on the bill. Made in America, red, white, and blue bill there. So he does some really cool stuff. Mark, you're doing great stuff in your shop.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Carl, we have a question if you got a sec.
Yeah.
Do you ever use sanding sealer before the Yorkshire?
Jamie.
Oh.
Was that
No,
Jamie?
Jamie?
Oh, it was Jamie.
JP.
Of course it is.
Sorry, I didn't notice until now.
No, once you learn how to turn, you don't need sanding sealer.
There
That's
you
right.
go.
Especially on resin.
Especially on resin.
Well, he's on a hybrid, right? So, Kimberly made a donation. Thank you, Kimberly. All that is going to St. Jude.
Wow. You guys are the
Nice.
best out there.
Nice.
Awesome.
Yeah,
They're
that's
all
not
right.
something
They're
we
all right,
expected.
ain't they?
They are all right. Well, and it's you.
Amy, I'm getting choked up a little. All of these people making donations is getting me choked up.
I know.
Yeah, she's right there with you. But we should say thanks again to the four turners because you guys definitely are the reason they're here watching. Y'all are pretty entertaining, even though Jake's the only one who broke his
Hold on.
thing. I mean,
Hold on. Huh?
we wanted
Let's
more,
see.
but
But
I was
look
just
how
making it-
quickly.
Look, he's back in business.
I was
There's
just
still
making
time to break more.
I was making it just interesting.
yeah.
Also, Rebecca, that is your number one, Henry.
Oh, awesome.
And Jeff S just came through with a donation. Thank you, Jeff.
See, Jake, you are proving there are no mistakes, just a redesign.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's a reach.
Yeah.
I think it's awesome.
I think that's gonna be cool.
It's
Nice job.
super crooked, but I think I'm just gonna sand it.
Yeah, don't try to turn it anymore. You're good.
I think you're home.
I like
I'm
your
wanting to see what Mark's
finial
doing.
there. Your jagged.
Like it?
Yeah.
Hey, me too. Watch this. We'll just sandpaper can fix almost anything.
Yeah.
Not
And
jagged.
it looks like maybe Carl just put some sanding sealer on that, so that's good.
Yeah. The sanding sealer just brings out the shine in it.
All is well. All is well.
You got it. Rebecca, can we take a look at yours if you stop it again?
Yeah. Give me just a second.
Yep.
Doug says,
Carl, that thing looks neon.
ornament.
Yeah. Jake, Doug asked if you have insurance that covers your ornament.
I just have more wood. I got more wood that's stabilized.
And Mr.
I can
Gold
make more
says you're
blanks.
Mr. Gold says you're doing off-center turning.
That's right.
Ooh,
Accidental
Rebecca, that
off-center.
looks good. Look at that
Oh,
thing.
look at
Thank
that.
you.
Super
that's
cool.
Wow.
That is cool.
And this is just the feature element. There's still, hopefully, I don't know what time it is. Maybe going to be a finial to go along with it and some other little skateboard
Nice.
beads.
Very cool.
We shall see.
Mark's got his stem going there.
All right, we got a question, and I think Carl would be the perfect person for this question. Can you please provide a simple explanation for negative rake?
No.
How about a complex answer?
That's awesome.
It, yeah, I don't have it. It's simple. I don't have no
Works.
idea. It's two bevels that come together instead of like a regular like cutter that is like flat. There's no bevel underneath it, no relief on it. So like how are my hands?
They look good.
Yeah.
What's wrong with your hands?
Yeah. Is that right? I think that's right on the camera.
I think he's doing the safety dance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's two separate bevels that come together instead of just one bevel on the bottom of a regular gouge or the regular cutters.
Very good.
That's simple. Chris can explain it better than I can.
Chris,
The engineer will take over.
Yeah.
Carl, nice job. I think you did a fantastic job of explaining that.
S S S
and I really-
A F F F F.
I really can appreciate the hands because that's
Yeah.
the same way I usually do it. So,
I'm very
job.
visual.
and there's really not an easy way to explain it, but the shape of the cutter is different than a standard cutter, and it's designed to force the cutter to be less aggressive, which is perfect for resin because you cannot physically force the cutter into the workpiece to create a catch. So it's all about the geometry or the shape of the cutter, which is changed to make it be less aggressive of a cut. Works great on resins, works great on hardwoods, what works great on most woods for making your final cuts to give a better surface finish.
In
Very good.
simple forms for people like me,
You're gonna use your hands.
it's taking trying to find out what the perfect bevel is to create a negative edge and putting it on the cutter so it's tried and true right at the point. You don't have to, there's no guesswork involved. On our negative rake cutters, the geometry is already in the cutter itself, which has predetermined the correct angle for creating the negative rake edge.
Right, right.
Using the top and bottom relief angle in tandem to create that perfect cutter level surface.
Very
It's
good.
basically letting the cutter do the work.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Yes.
We got a couple of things from the chat. Jake, they said they love your nails. Oh, no, wait, that's Rebecca. Sorry. Rebecca, love your
Hey.
nails. Also,
Freshly chewed.
also, Kimberly made a donation. Thank you, Kimberly.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. And you guys are all getting in on Jake's offer as well. Keep in mind. Pretty cool.
Which remind us, Jake, what's that offer?
The $100 coupon code off of my site.
Which is Northside Custom Crafts.
.com. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
.com.
If y'all would maybe share your websites, Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like to use. YouTube. Jake, you want to go first?
Mine is called Jake Thompson. You can just type in Jake. There's other Jake Thompsons out there. You can just type in Jake Thompson Resin and it'll come right up. And then we do the live show every Saturday at 10 o'clock a.m. Central Time with my buddy Jamie Page and some other people that are awesome that help us moderate the chat and keep the bots out and keep trolls away, and everybody has a good time. Thank you, everybody that showed up tonight from that.
Yeah,
And,
thank
we
you.
appreciate it.
If you haven't caught that, that's a fun show. Saturday mornings, 10 a.m. Central Time. Always a lot of fun.
Yep, it's always entertaining. I'll tell you that.
I never know what's going to happen.
Anything you'd want to share, Carl?
Yeah, we do YouTube videos every week. It's just Carl Jacobson. And then we have Niles Bottle Stoppers, where we sell bottle stoppers, bottle openers, things like that. And if Jake, Jake, are you there?
Bottle stoppers and bottle stoppers accessories.
would you be willing to pick two winners on Saturday?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then Niles will give away $100.
What?
For our website too.
Hey, we don't play, people. We don't play.
You guys are making it worth donating right now just for the chance to win
Nice.
these prizes. Goodness.
Nice.
Thanks, Carl. That is awesome.
You bet. Absolutely.
And Mark, website handles, anything you want to share?
Sure. We've got Broken Branch Woodshop, and we do some videos on YouTube, Instagram, and we do a lot of live turning and things like that on TikTok, actually. So all three, Broken Branch Woodshop.
Very cool. And looks like Rick is going to jump in on this these giveaways. He just made a donation. Thanks, Rick.
Nice, Rick.
And Rebecca, how about you? Website, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, whatever you like.
MySpace.
Got her.
Television.
Oh yeah,
TV,
television.
Food Network.
IMDb.
Network.
The only place I really post lately is my Instagram. That's Rebecca_DeGroot. And then it usually also pops up on my Facebook. That's just my personal page. That's Rebecca DeGroot. And then if you want to see my tattoo work, just saying, it's tattoos by _Rebecca.
Very good.
Oh.
Fire stuff on that.
And how do we get a tattoo? Where do we got to go for that?
So you'd have to come to Spring, Texas, or wait until I'm going to a symposium near you.
Okay.
And it just so happens that I'm one of the lead demonstrators at AAW this coming year in St. Paul. And depending on how crazy busy they're going to have me being one of the leads, I might be giving tattoos in the lobby again.
Very cool.
Nice. That is
Yeah.
Sounds pretty
Set
good.
your calendars for June. Tattoos by Rebecca.
What, next year?
Amy wants to know if you're going to be at SWAT doing tattoos next year.
I I should be at SWAT next year.
Excellent.
I will say the reason that I wasn't this year may or may not have been because of another TV show that airs next year.
Oh, cool. Is it Ink Master? That'd be a great one.
No, but the casting company that casts for the Pumpkin Show is the same one that casts for Ink Masters.
Oh, very
So
cool.
they did bring it up on the last one that I cast for, and it was like, I don't know if I really want to do that. I've
Very
heard
nice.
stories.
Hey, we got a couple more donations. Anita and Revo, and now Brian, and now Revo again. I mean, you guys are going all out. This is insane. Thank you.
Awesome people.
Very
You
cool.
guys are making money before we're time to make money. You guys are doing great.
I know, this is wild.
Awesome.
Awesome head
I
start.
love this.
Yeah, big head start. So thanks everybody for donating. Don't forget to watch Saturday morning cartoons where Jake will draw for his gift card and Carl's, and it's going to be cool.
Get your
Gonna be
ornaments in.
Always a fun show.
Yeah, and Rebecca, do they get any kind of bonus tattoo if they mention this live stream when they're getting a tattoo?
I don't know about that.
Like a Christmas ornament tattoo or something?
Also, be down for a SWAT tattoo. I'm totally in.
Oh yeah? Okay.
Amy wants
All
in
right.
on the SWAT line.
Let me know.
Do we get the TW logo tattoo?
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, that would be all right.
Right.
Hey,
Do
Mark,
some
what
rapid fire tattoos.
do you got going there, Mark? That's starting to look really cool.
So we've just got a little Christmas tree turned out of here, and we just got through doing some sanding on it. And so I'm going to put some of this bumblebee shot wax on here and then just kind of buff that in. And then we'll start parting this off and prepping it to install inside the other part of the ornament that we turned already.
Oh, very nice. And Carl, it looks like you're
Super cool.
prepping that for something up there.
Yeah, I just got the insert out. And now I'm gonna get it cleaned out. I'm gonna put a little bit of CA glue in there to kind of try and hide that little white spot, and then we'll get a light put in it.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
That looks really great, like a perfect bulb. Very good. Jake, someone asked what the name of your website is.
NorthsideCustomCrafts.com.
All right. And we also got another donation from Lady Dragon Marie.
So Marie.
Is that somebody that is a regular? Stephanie
There
Prince
is,
jumping in
yes.
on the donations. Thank you, Stephanie.
There's a lot of
You all
regulars
are
out there. There's a
amazing.
lot of regulars out there supporting as usual, and they are appreciated every time. Every time.
You all are amazing.
Yeah, JP
like
Woodworks
it,
is getting an easy
Rebecca.
wood.
Hey,
This-
Rebecca, Chris will be the first in line for that one,
Oh, for this one?
for the Easy Wood Tools logo.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Let's go.
Although,
Man.
although I think between him and Dixon, they might be beating each other to get the first one.
Doug said he wants it tramp stamp
Giggity.
style. the E2.
Ah, too much information.
That's what I heard.
That's what he
That's what I
told me.
heard.
So yeah,
That
He
sounds
didn't have
about
to
right, Doug.
He didn't have to say it. We already knew.
we all. Hey, let's give a little moment of silence for Jake. That thing is looking all right after he broke
I
it.
know.
I know, right? Look
Come
at
on,
that.
man. That's
All right.
good.
So
Beautiful.
when you're doing a live, let me just say on cartoons, I've spilled whole cups of resin before, and you just kind of take a deep breath. And don't think about what went wrong. Just think about what you can do to fix it.
Go
Yeah.
with the flow.
There
It is
are no
hard when you're live.
mistakes.
It is hard when you're live.
No mistakes, just redesigns.
And it's just about time for some Yorkshire Grit microfine
Why are you going to use microfine?
because it's clear. If it was just colors, if it was colors and it was solid, I would use the regular. But if you can see through it at all, I use a microfine.
Very nice.
If there's anyone out there who's never heard of Yorkshire Grit, since we've mentioned it about 7 times already.
Yeah.
Yorkshire Grit is an abrasive sanding paste that reduces sanding time, gives you a fine keyed surface, prep surface for your finish of choice. Although it looks like a finish when you're done, it is actually not categorized as a finish. You can leave it as is, or you can put a finish on top of it. The nice thing is no harmful chemicals, no odors. You can reduce sanding, which reduces dust and harmful particles into the air. Obviously available from Easy Wood Tools, not being a commercial. The interesting thing about Yorkshire Grit is it was developed by a genius guy who came up with it about 9 years ago in the UK, in Yorkshire, England. It was a product that actually we tried probably 5 or 6 years ago, 7 years ago.
The first time over to England for the Maker Central show.
And
Before I get started doing this, you can just see the difference already.
Yep.
I just wiped it on there, and you can see where it's hazy from sanding, and it just has that haziness, like headlights on a car get hazy. And all I did was rub it on there. I haven't done anything yet, and you could already see through there. Sorry for interruption, but I just wanted to say that before I started.
Perfect, Jake. So we had been using it for years. Personally, fell in love with the product, really couldn't get it here in the United States. And 2 years ago, Easy Wood Tools purchased Yorkshire Grit, and we now manufacture it in our facility. However, Glenn Sr. was the mastermind behind Yorkshire Grit. He actually came over from the UK to train our team to ensure it was being made identical to the way he did in the UK. So same process, same everything. Now our team makes it in Lexington, Kentucky, and we've been fans for years. It's just a phenomenal product.
I agree.
Oh yeah.
All right, Carl, what do you got going on there? Looks like we're getting into the nitty gritty here.
Yes,
I want to see this light.
That was cool.
I just put a few drops of CA glue down in the inside of there, so it kind of hides that a little bit. You're still going to be able to see it a little bit, but kind of hides that white spot in there. So I'm warming up my hot glue gun and going to put this light right inside of it.
Oh, cool.
And then when you turn it on,
Very
That's
nice.
great.
Carl bringing his A
like a
game
bowl,
with the
yeah.
LED.
Look at you go. Look at you go, Carl.
Very cool. Yeah, and we got a lot of chat going. Again, thanks everybody for donating. If you can't donate, you can still share, and that's totally cool. That's what we're asking for. All you people who are making donations, like, awesome bonus. We didn't really expect that, but it's been really cool. But a lot of good chat going on. Rebecca, they're asking, what chuck are you using?
Okay, I have to apologize because my Easy Wood chuck is off location. So
sure
it's not here at the shop right now. This is a Axminster chuck. It's the SK114. Yeah, it's a beefy boy.
I'm sure Chris and Christy know that other chucks exist, so they're probably cool with it.
Are you sure?
Honestly, at the end of the day, just get turning. That's
yeah.
what more people enjoying this great hobby. If you use our tools, don't use our tools, just enjoy the hobby.
Yeah.
That's what we stand for.
Yeah.
Carl, people are asking if you can tell us about your light, like what it is, where it came from, any of that.
Oh, this little guy right here.
This little light of mine.
This little light of mine.
Gotcha.
Beat me to it.
Amazon.
Okay. And it just twists?
I probably can't. It has a little eyelet in the top of it too, so you can put a hook on it to hang it.
Oh, okay.
So we're just going to hot glue it in. The last week's video I made the same exact thing. And in the description of that video is a link to these lights.
Oh,
and
perfect.
the little hooks I used. But yeah, I think I got like 12 of them for, I don't know, $5 or something. And yeah, you just twist them and they come on. I pulled it apart. There's little batteries in there you could replace, or I don't know, just probably pull the light out and change it. It'd be cheaper. But yeah.
Yeah, very nice. So if you guys want to see that in detail, Carl put out the video. Plus, you can find the link on his Carl Jacobson YouTube channel. And you guys are making some cool stuff. Oh,
I
look at
know.
that, Mark.
Oh,
Look at
look
Mark's.
Mark.
Mark, way to go. That looks cool.
Okay, that's cool.
Awesome.
Get him go.
Now
So we're going to
seeing
add a little something extra to it as well.
Oh, I can't wait.
Christmas tree. I
Jake?
love this.
Jake, how many molds did you pour on your last show?
15 in an hour.
15. Okay.
It was like an assembly line.
Hey,
Yeah,
we got it down, buddy.
Yeah.
Better.
You turners are getting all kinds of great comments. People are loving what you're making, and you guys are getting a lot of nice comments, just so y'all know.
Nice.
I mean,
Doesn't surprise me.
most of you, Jake, yours are a little less, but
Hey,
most of them are pretty good.
They're probably still impressed by how I can throw stuff across the shop. It was pretty good.
Yeah. All right,
Chad,
Mark.
It doesn't surprise us much. These 4 turners are just amazing.
Yeah,
I could
it's a
watch
pretty
them
good
all
bunch.
day.
Oh, we're getting out the buffing wheel.
So Yorkshire grid is not a finish. So we got to do this, which is no big deal. Pretty easy.
Oh, Mark's painting. What's he doing over there?
No, this is tack glue
Oh, and why are you doing that?
because we're going to put some snow around the bottom of the tree.
Oh, cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh,
Those little embellishments,
Yeah.
like people love them.
make
Ah,
the
absolutely.
difference. Nice job, Mark.
Thank you.
Very
What
cool.
kind of glue is it? Tack glue?
It's called tack glue. You can get it at like Hobby Lobby.
Very cool. Carl, where might somebody get a blank like you use? Do you have those on your website?
We don't yet. We will next week, but yeah, you know what? We had a few of them, and I poor planning on my part is I didn't really realize everybody wants the blanks more than anything because they are pretty cool, but we just had a couple of them. I thought, oh, that looked cool with a light bulb. So I just came out and turned it and didn't think about it. But
Right.
yeah, we'll have some more of them up pretty soon.
So you'll be able to
And-
get those on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so there's a little hook. Like I said, in the description of that video is both of these things. And I got both of them just off of Amazon.
Oh, that looks nice.
Oh boy.
Carl, will you be having the lights on your website soon too?
No, it's no.
Because those are pretty cool.
That's
Thing's
crazy.
awesome.
They are actually, I had some that I got a long time ago, and they're the same thing, but they don't have a hook on them. So I saw Tim Yoder had did a video where he made something and it had the little hook on it. So I went and found the ones with the hook on it, because I don't know what you do with the ones without the hook. You need a hook.
Right.
You do. That is so cool.
Just like so.
Hey,
That is
Scott
cool.
in the chat. That's a big question. He's asking what lathe he should get for his first lathe. Probably everyone will have a different opinion, but I'd be happy to talk over some ideas with you at another time, just because that's a big question for what's the best lathe to buy.
Yep. You're going to
Yes.
ask 10 people and you're going to get 10 different answers.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
Yeah,
answer would be the one you can afford that gets you in the game.
Yep, absolutely.
And then decide what your second lathe is going to be.
Yeah. I tell people the lathe doesn't really matter, because we have people walk in the store with the most amazing turning, and then they tell us that they turned it on a Harbor Freight lathe that got run over by a truck, and it doesn't go in forward, it only goes in reverse. And I don't know how they make that such amazing stuff, but the lathe is important, but it's not the only thing for sure.
Right. Get in the game first and then you can decide.
Well, look at Carl. He's even cleaning up.
Doing
What
a
an-
little maintenance.
Very
Cleaning
good.
his lathe bed.
Nice.
Jake, talk to us what you got going on there.
So these buffing wheels, forget what they're called. Triple E, white diamond, and carnauba wax. So the wax is going to be the finish. And I'm almost done. And I probably would have spent more time sanding if it hadn't catapulted across the shop, but it's still going to look good. It's still going to be all right. It was fun. So
Yeah,
that's
that's
the
cool.
most important thing.
Very good.
That one, are we naming that the projectile ornament?
Just name it Crash.
It's a
Crash.
missile.
Yeah. No, it's all right. That's
You'd
part of
never
it.
know.
If somebody thinks they're gonna do this stuff and never mess anything up, they're not thinking right.
Oh, Jake, that's looking good, buddy.
So
You'd never know that thing flew across your shop.
All right. We're
you should watch it
gonna
live.
That's awesome.
There you go.
we're
Carl.
going to we're gonna spotlight each maker here and see what's going on. Carl, do you mind going first and showing us what you did?
Yeah, absolutely. All right. There it is. So we'll get it in the mail tomorrow.
Oh,
They
that's looking
twist
good.
it and the
Look at that.
That's really nice.
light comes
Really
on.
nice. I
Very
know we'll be bidding on
Little-
that one.
A little bit of hot glue.
Wait,
yeah, that's
Carl,
really cool.
Chris, can I have your wallet?
Yeah. The bidding
card,
doesn't
please.
start? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Should I just put my credit card out to eBay right now?
Very cool. Well, thank you, Carl. That looks awesome.
Thanks.
Nice
Thanks.
job, Carl.
Nice job,
Thank
Carl.
you.
Right. We're gonna jump over to a guy named Jake.
Oh,
Oh, yeah. I
Look at
like the
that.
bottom.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Now, what is the top of that? You talked about it earlier.
it's a gusher or a musher or a something Carl said earlier. I don't remember.
A
It's from
muddler.
Niles. A muddler. It's from
Oh,
Niles.
muddler.
I was doing a whole bunch of
Gusher.
other stuff and I didn't have any hardware and it was too late to order. So I was like, I'm going to find something I have. And I found this and I'm like, I'm going to drill a hole in it. And I got some yarn and I did a man bow in it. Which
That looks
means
really
a
cool.
lot.
Looks cool as the
Yeah.
top. That
Yeah.
looks cool as the top.
Very
And Jake,
cool.
Nice
that bottom
job.
looks like
Awesome.
a live edge kind of bottom now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, before it threw across the shop, I was like, this is going to be so cool. And then it's not, but it still is. So it's all right.
No,
I
it looks
think
cool.
it's- I
you
think
did
it's-
good.
Oh,
Very nice.
amazing.
I like it.
Looks
Nice
great.
job.
I'm more
Jake.
excited. I'm more excited that everybody showed up and they're giving to the cause.
Absolutely. And Jake, that was one of your blanks that you poured, right?
Yes.
And
That's
how
why-
big was that?
It was 3 inches by 6.
3 inches by 6.
It was
All right.
stabilized walnut
Very cool.
and a
That is
muddler
cool.
and a
And
muddler.
Carl,
Muddler.
Carl, we had a question. What size was your blank that you started with?
Mine was just a stopper blank, 1.5 by 1.5 by 2 3/4.
And that was a hybrid, right?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Very
Yep.
cool.
That's great.
All right.
Good
Let's-
job, Carl.
Jake approves.
Oh yeah.
All right, Mark, you're on, man. You're on the hot seat.
Oh, look
Wow.
at
All
that.
right.
Look at those.
So this is the one that we turned. And so we just turned the circle, flipped it around in the jaws, opened the other side up, and then turned a little Christmas tree that we mounted inside. And then used some tack glue and put some snow down in the bottom of that. And then just put a simple screw on the top to be a hanging ornament.
Very
there's-
cool.
Mark,
There's
that
a
looks
couple
so
of different-
cool.
There's a couple
is
of different
awesome.
things that you can do with this is what's great about it. You can, like with this one, we did a Christmas tree. And so then I did one earlier today to show where we did a icicle snowman here. And so you can hang the snowman inside of the same circle. Or you can do one that's closed up where we don't go all the way through and you just kind of do an oval on the back. And we put a Santa Claus in that one. And so there's different things you can do, whether it's a turn piece like the tree or the snowman. You can put figures in these. And what's cool about doing, if you're going to do a closed one, is if you accidentally mess up on it and you bust through the back, well, then you can just make it a open one.
Right.
There you go.
And you can do different things. Like if you don't want to turn this stuff to do in there, you can like hang different things inside them, like little pine cones that are painted. You can do like these right here. You can do like little birds and stuff like that from Hobby Lobby. There's just endless possibilities of things that you can put in these to make them kind of however you want. You can do them with snow, without snow, just kind of whatever. And we've got the little metal tree here that you can make a lot of them and then hang them and display them.
Very cool.
Very
Love
cool.
it.
Yeah.
Nice job, Mark.
Very nice, Mark. And you nailed the
Thank you.
snow too. I know you can go outside down there in Texas and see that snow.
Yeah.
You really nailed it. Nice job.
Yeah. If the snow doesn't look quite right to people, it's because we never see it down here. So I don't know what it looks like.
Yeah.
Well,
I think you nailed it. You nailed it.
before we started, he asked what color snow was. So
Right.
I think we answered correctly.
We'll send you some from Chicago.
Hey,
Yeah.
we got a quick question here. Can you use stain over Yorkshire grit, or what would your order of operations be?
As long as on wood, if you're doing you have to use a sanding sealer before Yorkshire grit if you want to put a stain or any type of stain finish on top of it. Yes, you can. The secret is just make sure that last step is so crucial, which is removing the Yorkshire grit using a clean paper towel. If you watched all of them doing that, they were taking a clean paper towel and wiping the Yorkshire grit off until that towel was clean, because you want to get all the oils off.
Very good. All right, we're going over to. Oh, we had a super chat that I missed. Karen, thank you for the donation. You guys are just blowing us away with all these donations because we didn't expect it at all.
Nope.
We didn't even cross our minds.
Nope.
Yeah.
That is
awesome.
unbelievable. The charity
So
and
awesome.
the heart in this group is overwhelming.
All right, Rebecca, that's looking pretty close to your drawing. I'm a little offended that it's so good.
Right.
Right.
So I envisioned this thing, but it changed. So, and I don't know if anybody was, I don't know if anybody was watching my screen just about 30 seconds ago, but I went to turn this and it snapped off.
Oh, no.
That's the joys of working with skateboard. Sometimes you'll get like these two of the pieces on the wood in the 7 plies of the skateboard lamination run the other direction. So if you're looking at a piece of skateboard, you've got the outer pieces and the ones just inside from it run with the grain or with the board. And then the 2 just inside of that run across the board. And then the middle one runs with the board. So I think I found a couple of the pieces. I found a couple of the pieces that run across, and that's where the middle of this piece was, so it snapped. But some changes that I made were I put beads into this element here in the diagram, and then I put 1 bead into this bottom element here, which I'm just going to hand sand that part. But I may or may not have been a little ambitious on an hour and a half. But I think it's just because of all the detail that I put into that main element, and I really wanted that part to shine. So I'll probably finish this later this evening, maybe as late as tomorrow morning, and get the rest of it finished up. My plan is to dye the maple pieces that I'm going to use as kind of those pedestal separators black to give a really nice high contrast to this really interesting element. So I will finish it. Congratulations to everybody else for being on time. But I'm the bad demonstrator in this case, I think.
Will you post some pictures when you finish it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay,
I have
perfect.
posted nothing lately, so this will be like, oh my God, look, I made something.
It looks great. We know it'll look
Thank you.
awesome.
And we
Thank
know
you.
what it'll look like in the auction. That'll be recognizable.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Absolutely.
And also another donation from Al. He said, great inspiration. Can't wait to try some of these. So you guys inspired people today too. So very cool.
Awesome.
Bravo to all four of you. You guys are just amazing. Skilled turners with big hearts.
Yeah, thanks again to the Turners. Remember, it's all about St. Jude. So you guys are super special for doing this for us and for the kids. And your ornaments will go to good use. Thanks to everybody for watching. I know everybody, Carl, Jake, Mark, and Rebecca all pulled some of their fans in to watch this, so we appreciate that. A lot of Easy Wood fans out there I've met over the years, one or two. Very cool. Is there anything I missed that we need to talk about? Anyone?
Yes.
Yes, Jake.
So these $100 things from me and Carl Saturday. So we don't have any loose stragglers. There's a bunch of names I didn't recognize. So how we're going to do it is I'm going to do it at the very beginning of the show, and you need to be in there to and then you can give me your contact information. So I'm going to make it this one. I normally don't do that because I know everybody that goes there, but I don't this time. So be at the beginning of the show Saturday. And if you're not there, we're going to re-roll it.
And we can get you
And
a
what
list
time
if
is
that's
that?
easier.
What time, Jake?
10 o'clock a.m. Central Time.
And where did they find the link to Saturday morning cartoons?
At my YouTube channel, Jake Thompson.
Northside Custom Crafts.
Northside Custom Crafts. It's Jake Thompson. Just look up Jake. If you're not familiar with the channel, just look up Jake Thompson Resin. It'll come up, and then go and subscribe and all that stuff, and then be there Saturday. And then me and Carl will give away some stuff.
Yeah,
He'll
thanks
be there.
again, guys. That was awesome.
We will put links to everybody's websites, everybody's social medias on this video in the bottom, like in the.
She said.
And Chad, since so many people are inspired to get out there, get in their shops tonight, and still have plenty of time to turn an ornament to get it into the auction and enter the categories, what date do they have to be in by?
They need to be here by November 15th. But I will say that was Amy. Amy, come back in.
Hello.
Don't make Amy wait till the last minute because she does videos for every ornament. And you guys want to talk about crazy. Last time on the last day before everything came in at the end, she did videos for like 12 hours straight to get the auction launched. So do her a favor. She does all the shipping and everything. Like, please get them in as soon as you can. Rebecca, why are you distracting us with that cute dog?
I'm sorry. He came in to visit.
Can I pet that dog?
You can pet that dog.
Oh my, I want that dog.
Tell
He
your
came
dog
in to
Amy
visit.
says hi.
McNeil, Amy says hi.
Is that a dog?
This is a dog.
What do you think it is?
This is McNeil. He has the best underbite.
Oh my goodness.
Just the two little twofers.
There's like a kangaroo standing there next to her.
All right.
Is that a Schnauzer?
He comes in to
Schnauzer?
visit when I turn. No, it's a Scottish Terrier.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Very close. He's just very gray.
Wow.
He's my old boy.
Sorry, the
Adorable.
dog
So
the
cute.
dog distracted me.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
thanks
comes in
again,
to visit. I
everybody.
can't help
Rebecca,
myself.
Carl, Mark, Jake, Chris, and Christy, you guys are all awesome. Everyone watching, thank you for watching. Please share the auction when it gets started. And I don't know what else to say. You guys are amazing.
I do. Thank you for everybody who did a super chat today. That's amazing. I try to keep track. I did keep track of all of them. And then what we're going to do is put your name and your donation on our St. Jude fundraising page. So we're going to like kick off before the auction with an awesome total already. I don't know what the total was from today, but thank you for that. That's amazing. And thank you to Jake and Carl for like throwing in extra goodies for that. The contest winners will be announced on a live stream on Wednesday, November 20th. And then the auction goes live on the 26th because last time I gave myself like a day or two and that was not enough time. So the auction will go live on the 26th through Giving Tuesday. And that's where you want to blast it, share it with your friends. If you follow any of our socials or get our newsletter, you're gonna be like tired of hearing about it because we're gonna be blasting it everywhere. So thank you, everyone, and thanks to Easywood Tools. Thank you, Rebecca, Jake, Carl, Mark. You guys are amazing. That was so much fun.
And you guys kicked it off
Well said.
nicely. Remember, all four of you are St. Jude champions, and there will be one of these coming your way.
Yeah,
Yes.
you want
Thank
one of
y'all
these.
so
These are
much.
cool. You want one.
Yeah.
You want one?
All right. Thanks, everybody. If we missed your question, I apologize. Put it in the chat of the video. This will repost. So if you didn't get to watch the whole thing or you want to go back and watch it again, you can. And thanks again to Mark, Carl, Rebecca, Jake, Chris, and Christy. You guys are all awesome. And we
Thank you.
will
Thank you
see you
all.
on the next one.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
See you soon, Jamie.
Can you guys wave us
Bye.
out and we'll do the end? Amy will have to tell me how to end it. Amy, how do I end it?
Yes. Hit a button. Hit a button.
End stream.
Awkward.
Awkward. That's awesome.
All right. I think I ended the live stream. Thanks again, everybody. You guys